Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Motorsport Manager, and it's week 30 of competition. It's the off season, and I'm moving on up. I've made it out of the lowest tier into the second tier. Here it's called the Asia Pacific Super Cup. And I'm in the middle of contract negotiations while the chassis for my next season is still in construction. So I have a number of renegotiations coming back. One for a lead designer, one for a driver, one that many of you might know, Pascal Verline, former F1 driver. Gil, just in case, I have a contract being negotiated with him as well. And here is a contract that's been accepted for Ivy Gurney for lead designer. So I had two lead designers that I tried to negotiate contracts with, and one of them has accepted. So let's go take a look at that first. Looking at the two, you can see that both of them are right at 3.5 stars. They were right next to each other on the short list. A little bit more potential for this guy, and boy, it's about $100,000 difference. Let's see. Let's compare them. Oh, there you go. There's my current guy near the bottom. This would put us up to, what, second best? And there she is down there at the bottom tier. Tried to get Sapa, couldn't. Should probably go back in and mark him as a favorite. Ah, there he is. Alright. So here's the thing. The engine is stock. Everything else is team specific. So everybody has the same engine, which is sad because I spent a lot of money on the chassis for the engine for improvement. Alright, so gearbox goes to Oud for X. Brakes go to him as well. Rear wing strongly towards Gurney. Boy, he's got a slight edge or a definite edge on 4 out of 5. But what about the known components? 20 to max, that's not very much. Performance plus 60, but that's only in qualifying. Cost, no condition. So really, neither of those known components are going to do me any good whatsoever. Yeah, she's taken quite a pay cut from where she's at to come up to this level. And that I like. He's got slightly better potential in the long run, but she's ready to sign on. 7 days to decide. That's not long. Really? You're delighted with everything except for pay. Last chance. I've got 7 days to decide. Going back to the drivers. That was from last year. So the ones that I have right now, Nick DeVries is without a job right now. So looking for that position, he was willing to sign with us. Pretty expensive, but at 4 stars, it's a pretty good addition. Arendt, we are looking to re-sign. She is actually still one of the best available, and I think I'd like to hang on to her in terms of quality. Gil, the offer is far more because of the marketability than the quality. But at 3 stars, he's not terrible. And then Verline. Verline, you can see only just a little over 3 stars, but Verline has pretty decent marketability. And let's see here. The ones that are looking to adjust right now are Gil and Verline. So let's... You want the long contract? I don't want the long contract for you. In fact, I think 2 years might be too long. My offer was number 2 status to get him away from equal status, as he would definitely not be getting the better of 2 cars, and especially in this series, I will need to favor one car over the other if I'm going to find much success here. Primarily because top 6 are the only ones earning points, so I've got to be able to get a car into the top 6 to get points. And if I'm spending equally on both cars, it's going to take a long time to get both of them competitive. Now, that's how I just won the Constructors' Championship coming up, and in the long run, that's what it's going to take. But in the short term, to earn points, I need somebody who can perform, and that takes one car to make that happen. He's getting a $125,000 bumper payment from where he was, but it's a new series, and so he's insulted. But I really don't think you're worth any more than that, so Gil's not getting a substantial offer. He's the lowest quality on the list here. He's my plan Z, really. Let's see what we have on Verline. Insulted by the signing on fee and insulted by the cost per race. And we're on last chance. But with only just a little over 3 stars. Let's go back for a second. Where is... let's go ahead and look at Verline, who's down my list a ways. But you get what you can get. Okay, he is balanced, just not great. Okay, the marketability is high, but how much of that is 10%? So he's 75%. Meaning this is a driver I would like to have on the team in terms of a quality driver and good marketability. He'll bring in money to the team. Not a great driver, but good enough. So Verline, we don't want to, as we're on the last chance, I don't want to mess this one up. Alright, so we'll up that signing fee quite a bit. I can afford to. But the cost per race, I can't afford a whole lot more, so we're only going up a little bit. That, hopefully, will be enough. Errant does not have a whole lot of marketability, but is okay. So I'm looking at some sort of combination of DeVries, Errant, and Verline as what I would prefer to have. Gil, I can definitely do without. His 3 stars is artificial right now. He's really more of a 2.5 star kind of guy. Alright, I believe that was all the contracts I had going right now. Yes. I have 7 days on Gurney, so I've got to be sure they fly through. There we go. Alright, Errant and DeVries both looking at renegotiations. Would have been nice if one of them would have been willing to sign on. Let's start with Errant, the incumbent. Again with the wants a long contract, but it's not quite there. You know, Errant I might be willing to sign on a little bit better, but that smoothness isn't there. And not super high marketability. That's kind of the thing with her. We're on last chance, really? You're just taking that as 2 negatives? I know if I go to 36 months, she'll be happy, but that means I'm locked into 3 years more with her. And it would cost that much more to fire her and replace her with someone better down the line. But we probably are looking at least 3 years on this level. So that'll fix one of the problems. She's insulted here, which means I need to come up at least a bit. I'll try that. And on to DeVries. Wow, you didn't like that signing on fee? Or those wages? Still have at least one more chance here. They want a short contract. I figured 2 years is something I need. So at least they're neutral on that and not insulted by it. Okay, I can afford $1 million. So we've got 40. That's a one-time thing. This, race by race, is expensive. That you gotta pay over and over again. So $800,000 a race is gonna cost me a lot. Let's see, what's the max here? 2.25. Let's turn that into a happy fee. There we go. 1.8. I do have him set as a #1 driver. In terms of quality, he would fit into that right away. And there you go. Now we're trying again. And as for my calendar, let's see. Oh. It's not going to show me that one. There, this is the one I wanted. Okay, Pascal Verline, we're getting back. There you go. We have our response right here. So I'll still have, should have at least a couple days. Yeah, 3 days to decide. So we'll see what happens with Udvarax. If he doesn't accept, then we take Gurney. First up, Pascal Verline. What did we get? Offer accepted. Okay, I have 7 days. Should have 7 days. 8 days. Okay, good. So I have 8 days to decide. That's good. He is definitely above Gil on the choices. He might be above Errant just because of the marketability difference. is a good 20%. If I get De Vries, I might take Verline as the number 2. Alright, well that was good. That was the only one today, right? Yeah. Alright, here is our answer. And he's out, so. He's not even looking to renegotiate, so there you go. Decision is made, Ivy Gurney. We're going from a 2.5 star to a 3.5 star lead designer, so that should have a positive impact. She is going to cost us a little over $100,000 a race more than what we were paying before, and the driver salaries are going to come up a lot at this level. It's going to cost me $1 million to break her existing contract, but that's not bad. There you go. Ivy Gurney is our new lead designer. Pallier and Pavan are still with us. They both have 1 year left on their contracts, and they're only costing us low $40,000 per race, so that's not bad. All right, so lead designer is filled. Huh? Negotiations are canceled because their contracts. Uh-oh. You had an offer. What the heck? Do I still have... No, and they're gone. Jeez. Well, now I'm that much more tempted to sign Verline because anything, anyone, we've got, there's Gil. Let's see if he's still willing to sign. Okay, he is interested. I'd really have to have... I really would not like having Verline as my number 1 driver, though. So I hope De Vries signs... I mean, look, Verline's only a few slots above Gil, or at least on my favorites list. Darn. It's a driver I could have signed previously. I've really tried all of these. What I do need, though, is to figure out what happened. See, there's the Fries. Pretty high on the list. And the highest without a job. Other than this one. I haven't seen this one. That's why I didn't see you weren't on my list, because your marketability is so low. The only thing that's hurting is feedback. Not interested. Okay, what about this guy? Oh, that's pretty high. Let's check some others now that my list just got a little shorter. I lost my 2 main drivers. 45%? Six, not high enough. %. Yeah, might be a good driver, but I need somebody with some marketing capabilities. 46. Feedback stinks, but I can work around that. Okay, here's some ones that I haven't seen. 51%, but it's really 46. Overtaking is terrible. But you've got some good skills otherwise, and plenty of room for improvement. You are interested, let's see. Wages are important. Well, you would definitely be a number 2 driver. See, what's max to you? Well below others. That would be good quality. You'd want a short contract. I want 2 years out of you. A nice... You want to get paid. But it's still less than what others want. Bonus size is important. I've been kind of going with a 4th and 6th. 6th is where we get points. It's the first time that I actually have to up this a bit. Okay. Let's try that. We'll get her in the mix. Okay, what about Enzo? I don't know how Enzo Fittipaldi is not higher potential and not higher marketability. I mean, he's a Fittipaldi. There's Angelica. Okay, marketability is not that high, but are you still interested in coming back to the team? There we go. Really? And we're on last chance? Okay, equal status worked just fine. Oh, gosh, what were we up to on her offer? Looks like she wants a lot more than she did before. We'll go 630 on contract. Now I've got to pay a signing on fee. You're already on my team. Your contract just expired today. Seriously? That might be about it, unless I want to go back after Gil. So here's another one with high potential. What do you have for marketability? Oh, you've got a 30% boost. That does last through this season, or most of this season anyway. And you've got high potential. Not interested. There's another one. Whoa! Let's see. Just 10% and 5% boosts. How have I not seen you on that list? There's... Oh, Bursat. Bursat has lost their seat. Marketability is just 43%, but Let's see. Focus is -3 right now, so that's actually better. Open to discussing terms with me. I don't see something that affects marketability here. Where is... What's the plus? Join modeling agency. Oh, here it is. 3 weeks. That's only 23%. That's not high enough. Not high enough. Well, Des, not high enough. This, to me, is the ideal driver right here. 99% marketability, almost 5-star potential, but not interested. What about this one? 45%, and no. 40 of that is artificial and going away soon. Alright. So, where are we at now? We have... You're not interested, but... Oh, you're only 2.5 stars, though. You're not who I thought you were. Never mind that one. Never mind. Cancel, cancel. So we have DeVries. I still have 6 days to sign Verline. And then Chernesky and Arendt. Gill is still a fallback if I cannot get these others signed, but Gill would be the 5th in this line. Verline right now is probably 4th in this line as the weakest driver. Maybe 3rd above Arendt. Okay, somebody just... Okay. Why? Really? Go away. Arendt is following me around everywhere. She wants back on the team so bad, apparently. Lots of new drivers out there. Ooh, there's some quality. Let's get in that driver. And let's get back to... DeVries has accepted our offer. Like that. There it goes. Being the best quality available. Let's see. DeVries, what was your... marketability? Oh, just 36% is all? Ouch. That does hurt. 36%. Maybe I wait my few days. They're still #1 option. I only have 2 days left on Verline, and it's going to be more than 2 days before I get another. Ouch, that could hurt. I could lose Verline. Verline does have that higher marketability. If I get DeVries, I am going to need somebody with high marketability. And that would definitely not be errant, even though they would be two quality drivers side by side. Again, I only necessarily need one. Trineski, what was your... What was your quality, Trineski? Did I not star Trineski? Put you on my favorites list. Did not. That's not good. Let's see, Trineski. There you are. Only 46%. So, even though she would improve, and that would be good for a number 2 driver, at 46% alongside DeVries would not be good. I'd rather keep Errant. So DeVries is the best quality driver. I need that. Ooh. So let's go ahead and sign DeVries. Get that part out of the way. Okay. You're supposed to be main driver. Let's fix that. How do I do this? Let's see here. I need to swap them. It's been a while since I've had to swap anyone. So I want DeVries in that first seat. Wow, we lost a whole quarter of a star by losing those two drivers. And the marketability that went with it. Okay, well, neither one of these have the marketability I need. So I need to take Verline. But what I need to do is I need to swap my drivers out. And I'm trying to remember how to do that. Car? Ooh, not in there. Come on. Gotta be in here somewhere. Yeah, loyalty just dropped by 2 when I lost those. That is awesome right there. I don't want to fire you. I want you the number 1. It's really down to the car, not where they're positioned here, but alright, well, I'll figure that out later. In the meantime, let's get Verline signed. Even though he's not as good as these two, and definitely doesn't have the potential that Chernesky has. One, he's quite a bit cheaper than DeVries. But the big thing is he's bringing in high marketability, and I need that to keep this team afloat. Okay, it's going to cost us 1.7 to break his clause and get him signed on, but that's quite affordable. Alright, so big news. Contract signed with DeVries. No longer listening to any other offers, so he's happy to be here. And we have Pascal Verline as well. So our first big name face has joined the team. So that takes care of what we have now. Now, comparatively, we are 3rd in drivers. Staff is 2nd now. Pit crew is 2nd. Headquarters is lagging way behind. The car is 9th. The sponsors are 4th. That's still a lot better than we started in that lowest sector. So we're finally coming along, and that's going to pretty much wrap up preseason until we get to what happens with the chassis, and then we'll be heading into that first season. Now here's that moment of truth of what is the damage looking like. Right now it says our cost per race is just 1 million in the hole. That's not too bad considering. We have our per race. Let's see if that updates at all as we move forward on the timeline. Sad news here is it looks like Arendt has accepted the contract, but it's too late now. If her marketability was higher, I would have been happy to hang on. And she's definitely a better driver than Verline is. Let's see. But only a little. There's not much difference between them. Let's see. Unemployed. Wow, she's now the 2nd best unemployed driver out there. And Chernesky's and Gill are the next 2 on that list. Braking, cornering, about the same. Smoothness goes to Verline. Overtaking goes to Arendt, even though she wasn't very good at overtaking. Consistency, adaptability, fitness, feedback. Whoa, 17 feedback from Verline. And focus. So yeah, they are pretty equal, but look at the marketability. 57 versus 85. Verline essentially replaces Gill on that. So we look at Ramrad Gill, 87%. So just 2% difference in marketability between these two drivers. And the cornering and consistency are what really was hurting Gill, as well as not very good on feedback either. Okay, I have to let those go. Sorry, you're gone. Both drivers replaced. That's not bad. Okay, upgraded scouting facility. So let's go look here first. It hasn't happened yet. No, it should have happened already. Alright, so new buildings. Let's see, a wind tunnel. Have a front wing, rear wing, suspension, brakes. I do need all of those. Forecasting center would help too. It would be nice to have the road car factory, but we don't have the $65 million to spend on that. Scouting facility just upgraded, so I don't need to finish that one off yet. Test track, nothing to do there, as that is not an available upgrade at this level, and these are all part way up. I'm not spending everything we have on the factory right now, or the design center. Means we're definitely in this new buildings category. The forecasting could have an impact. But we need a car that's competitive. And to get there, we need these. So, which one to do? Well, the most expensive and the quickest done is the brakes. So let's do that one. So we can afford it, and it'll get done faster. Alright, so looking at the team now, a little bit better than before. And looking at the team, we are actually now better than we were. So we went from 2.25 stars down to 2 stars, but we are back up to 2.5 stars with the team as we have it now. So the upgrade of Gurney, Gill to Verline was an upgrade, and Arendt to DeVries was an upgrade, and that put us right near the top on drivers. Same with that staff and pit crew. Sponsors are middle of the pack, so that should help keep us in. We're going to have strong improvability in the chassis, so even though the car is weak, we can improve it quickly enough, but we are going to struggle to get some points for sure this season, and the headquarters will keep coming along slowly but surely. It is at 2 stars, so it's not like it's awful. We're not that far behind everybody else on it. Okay, and those finances still at just minus 1 million per race, and that's not bad. That's doable, especially when new sponsorships will come open from time to time, and there'll be at increased rates for this level. Okay, looks like we have another scouting report. One of the stronger drivers with high marketability. Where were you at moments ago? Especially young and plenty of potential. Ooh, chance for more improvability. That would be great for this first season. Paul DeResta. Yeah. 1.5, that's expensive, but for another +1 on the improvability means the car can make drastic improvement this year and be competitive a lot sooner than it's been. It took me, 5 seasons to get promoted? It took me 4 to get competitive? Okay, weakest average. What does average mean? And 68%. And, whoa, 5-star potential. Okay, back to the scouting. I have 3 open slots now. 2, 3. There's only going to be a few more, so that's not going to take long this season to get sorted out. And there's those 3. That'll pretty much do it. 38%, that's not enough. Okay, I made an edit to this last year, but it also looks like it's lost track of what I had, so my colors are still here at least. I pick out a new livery for the year. Can't even see that one on the car, or that one. Polka dots. Huge goals. About the base one. That's not too bad. Paint splatter. I'm trying to see how I can mix it up this year. Something a little different. Without changing the team's color scheme, of course. Yeah, it's a maybe. That's similar. True to the style that I had before. Okay, we'll do that one. Ooh, look at that improvability now. Beautiful. Good fuel efficiency this year. Last year's was terrible. It's tire wear, tire heating, not good. I didn't spend there. We're just about done with the chassis, so we will get our first look at the car very soon. There's preseason testing coming up just a week away. And there's nobody left, so tire trade-off. What do we have here? Got a dilemma for you. We've been playing around with the new brakes, and it looks like there's some room to significantly improve our tire heating. However, if we do make these adjustments, they'll have a knock onto our tire wear. No. As low as the tire wear is, you improve the tire heating, the tire wear would just be terrible, and the tires would just come off the car in a handful of laps, so we'd be taking extra pit stops. Can't do that. Alright, we've reached the preseason testing. We're going to get our first look at the car, and that's going to be where we wrap up this episode. And off we go to preseason testing. Okay, so DeVries is getting into the middle of the pack, considering we're supposed to be the worst, and he's struggling with some understeers. So Verline's down in 17th. That's a little more where I expected us to be, but there you go, 12th and 17th. Not bad at all. Trident is at the bottom. I think we should be able to fight in the middle of the pack. Breaking into the top 6, though, is going to be a challenge for sure. DeVries, good morale boost. Verline's already high on his. No obvious change, but let's go take a look. Haas F1 team led the way in preseason testing. Testing went brilliantly. Had a report that we're in a strong position. And we have our target for the year. Oh boy, that's a big jump in money too. I'd like to say 8th, but how often are we going to be above 10th? So before I respond to that, and I'll do that off camera, there's that first look at the car. So the engine is a spec part, but everything else, here we are. So our gearbox is 10th, brakes is 9th, front wing is 8th, was it? Suspension is 9th, and rear wing is 9th. So we're right near the bottom in everything, but we're not flatlined. We're not completely out there, and we have plenty of improvability. So there's that going for us. So we at least have that. Our original parts, quite a big step up from where we were on that last level. And reliability, hovering around 50 or 60. First race is in 11 days. I'm going to try to get one car up, and that 11 days from now is where that next episode will take place. But that does it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe, and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.